Good morning. I don't want y'all getting dizzy from my disco ball. I'm running late this morning, real late this morning. How y'all doing? I'm gonna change the title too of my thumbnail. Processing trauma. How y'all doing this morning? Good morning, Pammy Pooh. I got to change the title of my thumbnail. Good morning, Letitia. I'm running behind this morning, y'all. I got out the house late. I think I'm going to change it to processing trauma. Because it don't just have to be grief. Trauma can be everything. I'm going to change it. How y'all doing? Oh, I made it. I survived another storm. I survived another storm, y'all. Give everybody a little chance to get in here. I didn't get to get my coffee this morning, so I'm going to have to get coffee at work. Because I'm like, it was already 8:45, so I'm like, nah, I would have still been sitting in the line right now. And I don't want to use my time just sitting in no drive-thru. Good morning, Nina. I know y'all seen my title, but I'm going to change it to processing trauma. Trauma is not easy, not just grief, because trauma can be anything. How everybody's doing? I'm sure all of us don't experience some type of trauma, whether it's losing someone, it could be anything. Because trauma is unexpected, so. How y'all doing this morning? Y'all tell me how you all are doing this morning. It's 8:44, so y'all can tell me how y'all doing. I hope y'all having an amazing day. Today is Tuesday. I think the reason why trauma isn't easy, because we see a lot of that right now playing out. Because I don't want to just put grief in a box. Grieving, I think it's trauma. I think everybody, like what we seeing now, like with the different people, the different content creators, like it went from like a saga to, I feel like it's trauma, different people, like how they coming after people and doing different things. And I think it's a process, and when you try to process something, then you go through processing, and then the next step is accepting. And I think some people think they accept something, but then they go back to processing. So it's like the back and forth between how do I process this and how do I accept this. And I believe people don't allow themselves, once they process something, they don't allow them, they jump past acceptance and get into they jump past all that. And now they're hurt. Now they're putting themselves in a box, and now they're stuck right there because they don't want to accept something that happened. And then now it's all this trauma and everything is building up, and now they're hurt and they're stuck there because now it's like, okay, I'm dealing with this, but I'm not ready to accept, that what happened. So, and I feel like they put a blockage there, and once they block that, they're stuck there, and then they feel like I'm gonna just go on through life. And I feel like that's when people started where they say to hurt people, because now they don't allow themselves to process, accept, and now they don't want to heal properly. And I feel like a lot of people, even in this saga, I really feel like people are somewhat stuck in a place of processing things that they went through in their life, whether it was trauma, child abuse, essay, losing someone, losing a job, losing everything they had. It could be all sorts of things. And now it's like, how can I process this? Because that's the first step. You got to process it. And then sometimes processing take a while to process something, and then to be like, do I really want to accept it? Even in friendships, you try to process it like, dang, that person did that to me. And now you're trying to process, like, you're going through all these different emotions. You're going through all these different stages and phases of your emotions. Because now you're trying to to make sense of, what happened. So now that it could become your trauma now. And it could become trauma. And I feel like that's what I see now. Like, a lot of these people still processing things, and everything that they have been through, they're blaming other people for what they've been through. They're blaming other people for somebody helping them. That's just like me. When that happened with my son, when I lost my son, I had to process it. But when I processed it, I had to, to accept what happened to him. And the acceptance was to get me to where I could start healing. But then I understood it was something else that was going on, because now I had to understand I can't blame everybody for what. Now, not blame everybody, for what happened to my son. Like, I'm mad at the world. I'm mad at everybody, being mad at the community. So I had to set boundaries to tell myself, Gigi, these people or these persons didn't do anything to you. So I could have easily, just blame everybody, just being mad with everybody, people not speaking up. So now I'm trying to process that. Why nobody not speaking up? Why nobody not saying nothing? So now I'm going through all these different phases and all these different emotions of trying to process why nobody not standing up for me. Why nobody not speaking up for my child? I know somebody seen something. So it's all in all these different stages of my emotions of what I'm going through, and trying to process this, of what happened to him. And then it's like, do I be mad at everybody? And I think that's what's going on now. Blaming other people, being mad at other people because of what you done, instead of processing it, accepting it, and holding those persons who was involved or whatever, whoever did something to you, hold those persons or people accountable. Now you have all this stuff in you, and now you're mad, you're angry. So when this person or these persons may remind you, may remind you of someone, or something may trigger you to remind you of that person, now you're lashing out, and now you're taking your anger, your frustration out on the wrong people, because you didn't properly allow yourself to process it right, to accept it right, to say, even though it hurts you, and like you don't want to believe, like, dang, that person did that to me. Just like in my situation, I had family member that was involved, a family member from my dad's side of my family that was actually arrested. I have a family member from my daddy's side of my family, along with another guy, that was actually arrested for the shooting of my son's case. So now you have my daddy's side of my family, like, I'm looking at crazy. So now I got to process all this to say, dang, this family, like, I got a family member that's a possibility could have been one of the shooters of taking my son's life. So now I got to process this to say, do I not go to family functions? Now when I see family members, do I be mad at everybody? So now it's like, how not to be mad at everybody, how not to blame everybody. So I feel like, and not pointing the blame at the wrong people, because those people was not involved. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to hold the people that committed the act, who did me wrong, who did these things to my son. I'm going to hold those people accountable for their actions, for what they did. But I'm not going to blame innocent people and just be mad at everybody because of what happened. And I feel like it's all in, if y'all kind of understand what I'm saying, and I'm trying to convey it in a way where y'all can really understand it, because I feel like that's what's going on, and that's what I see. To me, I feel like this is what I see here with different content creators, the ones that thinking that they're doing something, they doing the right thing, but really I don't feel like they're doing something right. They're angry because of what their moms did to them. So now I'm going to take on this trauma. I'm going to take on somebody else's problem, and I'm going to make it my problem because this person hurt me, and now I can't get back at the person that really hurt me. So now I'm going to take it out on this person. And I feel like this is what a lot of them are doing. They're taking their hurt out on the wrong people. You've been SA, but the person that you're beating down, that you're dragging, that you're destroying, but you ain't going after the person who did it to you. But you rather sit here on YouTube and drag a person and talk about them. And when I'm speaking, I'm just speaking as a whole, y'all. I'm not speaking directly to you all. I'm just speaking because of what I feel like, what I see of my experience, and what I kind of thought about, as far as me just allowing myself time to process. Every time I have to relive my trauma on my son, I have to give myself time. I have to, try to keep myself in a happy place so that I don't hurt people, because I'm grieving, or because I'm going through, and I don't want to lash out at the wrong people, because now I'm processing. I'm going back through. It's like I'm reliving everything all over again. So it's like you relive this stuff. Your trauma, it never goes away, because it's always going to be something to come, or someone to remind you of that. So now you got to allow yourself to reprocess, to go back through it all. It's like it's like recycling something. It's like mentally you're recycling. And I feel like that's what I do. I have to recycle, give myself a mental shutdown, get myself, like yesterday, it was crazy yesterday. So I went in my room and I shut everybody out yesterday. The kids was acting crazy. I went in my room. They was like, what we gonna eat? I don't know what nobody gonna eat. Go in there and find y'all something to eat, because now I'm trying to process everything, process, what happened to my son, to allow myself to not hurt the wrong people. Eastside Marshall, you can't tell me what to do. I could do it how I want to do it. Because it seems like you missing what I'm saying. I ain't got to try to be strong. I don't have to try to be nothing. Because in my traumas, it's not in my strength to do it. You can't, that's why people cuckoo for Cuckoo Puffs now. Because they gotta be, I ain't gotta be nothing. Stop telling people what they got to do. You don't have to do anything. Because if I want to be angry, I could be angry. I don't have to do anything. Like, and that's where people go wrong. Stop telling people how they need to do it. Oh, you gotta just be strong. No, it's not even in your strength. It's not even in your human ability to do something. You can only get that strength and ability. It's beyond your strength. It go beyond your ability to try to do things. You need God to help you in anything that you go through. You can't do it in your strength. You could try, but it's not gonna work. You can't just tell somebody to let go. You sound real crazy to tell somebody. I'm a mother who, my child was murdered, and you telling me to let it go and be strong. You sound crazy. You sound stupid. You sound real stupid right now. There are different people. Don't be an essay to trauma. Oh, let it go. You can. It's not. I think it's how people say it. Let it go. It's not the point of letting go. It's how you allow yourself to process it, to allow yourself to heal. It ain't you just don't let go. I don't have to let go of shit. Nobody got, I don't mean to curse, but it's just how the person saying it. It just, like they saying something with their chest. You got to be careful how you say things and what is your presentation and how you present things, because everybody is in different phases of their life of grief and how they grieve and how they process. Some people still been processing stuff from years, and they probably haven't even got past trying to process it. They haven't even made it to acceptance yet. So you got to allow them time, but they got to understand it's God that's going to get you through it. You can't get through anything through this life. It's the cares of life, and only God can help you through your grief, your traumas, and all of that. So what happens when you allow yourself time, when you allow yourself to process, and then sometimes it's gonna come back, and you feel like, dang, I thought I got past this. And sometimes when you feel like you got past something, God will show you, no, you ain't all the way past it. You don't all the way, when you think you got past it, when you thought, dang, I forgave it, because it come in stages and phases. It come in statures, and like, dang, I thought I was already past this right here. I thought I forgave, but it gonna always be something to try to wake that up. And God gonna say, nope. You got to tell God, okay, Lord, I need you to search my heart, Lord. Lord, where I thought I really truly forgave in my heart, Lord, it's still there. I still feel the hurt. I still feel the pain. Lord, I don't think I'm fully healed there. And God will show you that, say, hey, you may thought you fully gave right here, but you're not, you didn't really forgave there. You still holding on right there. You still clenching on to it right there. So that's what I'm trying to convey to people. It's a process. Those thoughts gonna come, and you got to be like, you know what? I got to pull it down. Like me, I had to continue to, allow myself to stay active yesterday, to laugh and, just tell myself, Gigi, you don't have to constantly remind yourself of the pain. So I had to fight through all that trauma. I had to fight through all that trauma of my son's life being taken. I had to fight through all that trauma of reliving what happened to him, reliving when I got the phone call. I had to fight through reliving this young lady screaming. I didn't want to hear those screams. I didn't want to be reminded of those screams. Somebody screaming in my phone telling me that my son just got shot down, that my son is unresponsive. I didn't want to relive those thoughts and those images in my mind. I didn't want to relive, when I got in the car, when I had to leave my daughters in the room. They don't even know they brother DOA. I got to go to a crime scene. When I get there, my son is taped off. The police approaching me, telling me that my child is DOA. I didn't want to relive those. That was trauma for me. And it's still trauma for me. So I had to process that to tell myself, Gigi, you don't have to relive those images. So I had to keep busy to not allow those type of things to play in my thoughts and in my mind. To not to get triggered or snap on somebody or go off on somebody. Somebody may look at me the wrong way and I may feel some type of way. Somebody look at me, I may think you involved and know something about who unalived my kid. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean. So if you ain't never walked in my shoes, ain't been there, can't tell me nothing. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, John. I hope God puts his hands on you and your family and help you embrace his love. Oh, I'm already embraced with God's love. And what's so sad about my nephew's situation is we found him in you get what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, like even in that, you finding your nephew in an abandoned building. Okay, when it coming up to that day, even before it happening, your anxiety gonna kick in. And it's like, here it is. Here go the images. Here go the thoughts. And now all this stuff, it's like, dang, I've been here before. It's been 5, 6, 19 years later. Like with my situation, 19 years. Now here it is. The same thoughts, the same images, all this stuff coming back to remind me of what happened. So now, okay, now I'm processing it again. Okay, Gigi, you got to get past this. So it grows in stature. Do you sit here? Do you glow in it? Do you let yourself go backwards to remind you of what happened? I find myself going off on everybody, and I don't trust anybody. Yeah, you have trust issues and everything. Thank you, Gigi. You are staying all the things that are racing through my head, and I'm living right now. Yes, yes. I promise y'all, when I be coming here, that's why this morning when I wrote that, I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. Let me see. My nephew was murdered on March the 3rd. Oh, my God. This fresh. Oh, this fresh. You still processing. My heart goes out to you. You still processing. And now people may say, you need to accept and move on. No. You don't tell me to accept and move on. You not there yet. You still trying to process this. You got to process. How? How do I live my life? How do I go on without my nephew? How do I go on? I'm trying to process. How do I live my life without my nephew here? This just happened. So now you still processing. And people don't understand that. And now it's the process. And the next stage is to accept. But nobody can't tell you, oh, you got to accept. No, you're not there yet. You're still in you're grieving. Sometimes people never come out from grieving. People be grieving for years. Grieving, and they never get past grieving. They never get past processing. They don't want to accept the fact what happened. They don't want to believe that it happened. They don't even feel like I need to heal because I'm hurt. Somebody did something traumatic to me. And these are the things that is going on in people's individual life. Who, if it's any Cara, if you I don't know what this person's saying. It's too early for foolishness. Go find something. Yeah, so if this person in here mocking people that lost their loved ones or whatever their traumas may be, and somebody in here mocking people, get them up out of here. Get Mike Oxlong, get him up out of here. But God said there's neither male nor female. In the kingdom of God, there's neither male nor female. So Mike, have a good day. Go read your Bible. I think that's why God brought me to this channel yesterday, and today I would normally not even be here, but I'm here today, and this is helping me as I cry and scream at this phone and through my tears. Yup, get it out. Get it out. Jahia, you have every right. You get it out, because now you telling God, God, I trust you. Lord, I trust you. I trust you with my life. I trust you with the process. I trust you with my trauma. I trust you with my hurt. I trust you with my pain. Even though I don't understand this because I never been this way. If you never been that way of trauma of losing someone, the only person can see you through is God. He's the only one. He's the only one when you can't see your way through. When you can't even understand it, even in your human mind, of trying to cope or understand. This is why people right here in the mind. Now your thoughts. Now you processing it. That's how people lose their mind. But now you saying, God, take control of my thoughts. Take control of everything that I don't understand. And that's why God plays a major role in your life. And that's why acceptance and the processing of screaming and, do I forgive or do I not forgive the people that hurt me? Why I gotta forgive? I don't want to forgive because we think that forgiveness is for the people that hurt us. We think forgiveness is, why should I forgive them? They took my son's life. I don't want to forgive them, but that's not what God is saying. The forgiveness is for you so God can help you get through that, because God say you gotta forgive. We want God to forgive us. And forgiveness, it don't happen overnight. Forgiveness gonna be constantly all through your life. Because when you're reminded of something, you got to say, it's something gonna remind you, and it's gonna bring it up where you think I was all right there. Now you're angry all over again. Now I'm upset all over again. Now I'm ready, all these thoughts. And now you got to say, you got to calm your spirit, and you got to say, Lord, I feel this pain. I thought it left me. Lord, I need you to search my heart. Lord, I need you to get this out of me. Lord, the hatred that I have towards this, be honest with God. If you can't be honest with nobody else, be honest with the Creator, because He know all things. He know all things. And I can say, y'all, yesterday, I barely thought about what happened. I didn't even allow myself to relive what happened to my son 19 years ago. I didn't allow myself to do that. Now I could come to you all and I can share it, and I can use what happened to my son. I can use it as my testimony, because this is where I am. This is where I am. I'm not telling everybody this way y'all need to be. This is just where I am in my journey. But through the process of my journey and my walk through my journey, I'm able to help others. And I'm not saying you're going to be where I'm at today. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Oh, you need to do it. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to help somebody to tell you your journey in your process of how your process is going to be. But when you're going through the processing, don't allow yourself to be stuck. Don't allow yourself to get stuck there. I'm sorry, praying and reaching out to God for everyone in this chat that lost somebody in their, feels like any inkling of hurt or pain. I pray God will take that away. Yes, we pray. My prayers to everybody. I'm so sorry. Sending condolence. Harold, I don't see your comments. I send my condolence. Thank you, Mark. My nephew was 13 years old. Yep. And I know Cara personally. I know Cara. Cara live in the same city I live in. Her nephew was taken on my son's birthday, and it's been 13 years, and they still haven't found. And he was gunned down. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think it was daylight. I can't remember, but he was gunned down in front of somebody, and nobody still don't know what happened. I buried my son Saturday. Oh my God, Harold, I'm so sorry. My prayers go out to you. Yes, I truly understand. I truly understand. It's the crazy thing. You buried your son on the day that I was dealing with my child. Sorry for your loss. Because grief can make you mean, and that's not you. Get help. Grief has no, yep, grief, right, Latte. Grief has no expiration date. I think I'm going to leave it the way it is. I'm not going to change it. That's what God gave me, the thumbnail, and I'm not going to change it because I did put trauma there. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to leave it there. There are so many broken and hurt people and grief. You never, it don't go away. What you do, you have to learn to live, and people still processing. They don't want to accept the fact that I gotta live my life. I had a child that came to my thing. Some of you may heard it. I got to go screen record that. There was a kid. I got to go. I don't know exactly if he lost someone or he said if he lose someone, he will take his life. Not just adults. We got children that's don't have parents. We got children that's losing grandparents that lost them. We got children, not even just as an adult. And we all trying to go through this life of how to get through life with grief. And nobody never, especially in our communities, we don't like to talk about these type of things because it's a sensitive topic, but it's something that got to be talked about. It's something that we have to shed light on, because even in the midst of your trauma, you still have to deal with life itself. You still go through life. You still got trauma on top of trauma. So the trauma is constantly building. You think I'm excluded? Look at me. I lost my child, but we see people coming. Oh, talking about my deceased kid. That's still trying to build trauma on top of trauma. But because I allowed myself not to allow the persons or people to say, okay, this person talked about my deceased child. Oh, I could talk about their deceased loved one. But now that's what I tell myself. Well, Gigi, do you hit low below the belt? Will God be pleased with that? So you go through so many things of processing. Oh, it's gonna be a fight, a tit for tat. You talked about my deceased child, but I ain't gonna talk about your deceased loved one. Cause guess what? It'll make me just as worse. I'm just as worse, My father been gone over 20 years, and there are moments when I still have bad days because I was a dad. Exactly, Nina. Exactly. That was your father. That was your dad. So the time that he was here, the memories of you having with him, it's gonna bring back those memories. But guess what? You back to, wow, I'm here. But you take all that in. You're gonna be hurt. It's a process. Now you back through the process again. Okay, now I'm back through the acceptance. Okay, daddy not coming back. But now I got to remove myself but I can't stay here. I got to move on, accept, and hold on to all the good things. And now I got to say, okay, Lord, I need you to get me through once again. Once again. I think I'm the face of such hard times. But it's okay, Harold. Mr. Howard, I'm not saying okay like that. What I'm saying okay to is because you're going through your process. And I'm saying it's okay that you're in the face of hard time because you're grieving. You don't rush it. Don't rush it. That's your child. That is your child. And nobody can't tell you how to grieve. Nobody can tell you that. Another one complaining again. Can y'all get this person caramels out? Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Because this way you not going to come in here playing. Anybody that's coming here taunting us, grieving family members, and a father grieving over a child that he just had to put in. This is not what we doing. Get them up out of here. Harold, like I said, take your time. Take your time. I got a few minutes, y'all, but I definitely will come back because I know this is where God pulling me at. This is what God want me to do. This way I'm coming at. This is my ministry. This is my ministry. And I'm here for this, to be able to help others. Mr. Harold, and I think somebody else say they buried their child too. It's okay. You're grieving. Don't let nobody tell you how to grieve. Give yourself time. If you want to cry, kick, cuss, you want to be angry, all your emotions, because right now you're out of whack. Your emotions and everything and your process is like this. This is what's going on right now. But now you got to say, God, you see what's going on. You know my heart, your emotions. Whatever, I don't know what happened to your son because I'm not reading these comments. But now I ain't got to tell you to forgive, but all that, all that. You got to bring everything in. You got to bring it all in. But it's okay. Grieve over your child. Properly grieve over your child. It's okay. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to process what you're trying to process. It's okay. I promise you. And you may not understand it now. And you may say, what is this lady talking about? This lady, I may sound like I'm making a lot of jibber jabber noise. But I promise you, I've been where you was. I've been there. I'm just on my journey. I've been on my journey for 19 years. And it's just, you're where you at on your journey. And it's like God say, it's a traveler every now and then. So now we're traveling on a road where we see broken people that don't lost a child, and now you a traveler, and now you came on my road, and now me and you don't encounter one another, and now when I met you on my road, now I'm stopping having conversations with you, and now I'm talking to not just Mr. Harold, to anybody that encountered me in this time and in my moment, and now I'm saying, hey, I understand your hurt, I understand your pain, and I'm here to embrace you, to love you where you at. You may not be where I'm at, but I'm virtually giving you a hug to embrace you where you at, and telling you God gonna see you through. He's gonna get you through. Even when you don't understand, have conversations with God. When people tell you don't question God, you don't let nobody tell you not to question God. You got your own personal relationship with God. This is the time that you're going to need God more than you ever needed him before. And you got to say, God, here I am with a broken heart, with a broken spirit. But Lord, only you can help me through this. I'm hurt. I'm broken. I don't understand. I don't understand how to process it. Now, this what you call your building, and God said, there go my child. And now I see you. Cast all your cares on me because I care for you. Read your Bible. Read your word. Play church music. You need to listen to things that's gonna soothe your soul. You got to comfort your spirit, and the only way you got to comfort your spirit is through comforting music, to allow this thing to break off of you, so you don't allow the enemy of this world to come in and start putting these thoughts in you to make you feel like God did something to you. Why would a just God allow this to happen to you? And that's what the enemy want to do. He want to play on your thoughts. He want to play on your emotions and make you feel and think that God does not love you. But I'm here to tell you today, we canceling every assignment, every tactic, every evil thought of the enemy today, of anybody that the enemy want them to feel like God don't love them. God is love. God is love. And God, when you hurt, he hurts. He feel your hurt. He feel your pain. He knows what you're going through. But he trust him with your whole life. Trust him with it. Trust him with your child. But trust him with your life to get you through this. And only God can help you get through it. And this not just for Mr. Harold. This not just for Nina. This for anybody who's enduring any type of trauma or going through anything in their life, any grief, any trauma. Only God can get you through. And Mr. Harold, I'm here for you. Like I tell you, you can reach out to me on my messenger. You can reach out to me, and I'm willing to talk to you and be that God-given person and be a voice and be a vessel of God to help you to have a listening ear, to have an understanding ear, and not to make you feel bad because you're grieving over your child. I'm not that person. I'm not that one. And if you don't have a safe place to be, Mr. Harold, you're safe here with me, because I understand. Because I lost my son 19 years ago, as of yesterday, the day that you buried your child. I got to go. Y'all got 1 minute to get in the building. All prayers and strength and everything goes up to everybody. I thank y'all for getting on this chat this morning, and we will continue this. You be blessed, Mr. Harold. Yes, God got you. God got everybody. He got all of us. And this is what he wants us to do. It's a breakthrough. We all going to get our breakthrough. We're going to break through this together. All right, y'all. I got to go. I love everybody. And I'll talk to y'all soon. And I definitely will be back, and we will continue this dialect. I love it. We got this. Blessings to all. Thank you, Sabrina. Hey, Queen Fee. Everybody in the chat, if I missed anybody, I love you all and thank you all for jumping on. I just didn't want to lose my train of thought of speaking on this. Love everybody. I'm going to come back and read these comments.